Okay, good morning or good afternoon, depending on when you are doing this passage. This is the one that you need to get out for today, Wednesday. It is called Birthdays Around the World. So, very quickly, I have already done some of the strategies that I'm expecting for you to do just to kind of get ready to read. So, I look at the title. It's called Birthdays Around the World. Then I'm going to go through and look at any text features that I might see. I see underlined words. In paragraph 1, I have traditions. In paragraph 2, I have colorful. Then I've got this picture of a birthday celebration in Denmark where it looks like the little boy might be grabbing something from possibly under like a piece of furniture, maybe a bed or something. Then I've got this picture right here where it kind of hones in on the noodles, it looks like. That's like seems to be what's in the forefront. Birthday celebration in China. Then we've got a birthday celebration in Israel, and we've got this little girl with this really pretty, like a flowery crown. Okay, if I look, I don't see any other words that were like underlined that I might have to pay attention to. And then boom, there is a embedded text called a procedural text. It's called Making a Paper Mache Piñata. So it's put into another passage, which is kind of tricky. And you might get something like this. It's basically where they're talking to you about something, but then they give you more information about a specific thing that they talk about in the passage. So somewhere in the passage, they have to be talking about piñatas and a country that celebrates using piñatas. We might even know that we do that here. I know that from my background knowledge in the United States in San Antonio, Somerset area. And then I've got like all of the steps and stuff like that. And then it ends right here with paragraph 7. So you'll notice that I have some stuff marked. And so let me kind of show you what I did. So on number 1, I would code my question like this. So you should have your paper in front of you and you should be doing this with me. I did in paragraph 2, what does the word colorful mean? So I put that in there. And then I know I can go back to paragraph 2. And I boxed in colorful and I put number 1. Okay. I know I have to find it there and figure out what it means. For number 2, it says the author wrote birthdays around the world, most likely to what? So we have to make an inference anytime that it says most likely. And that's where we use the information in the text plus what we already know in our heads and our brains. And we come up with an idea. It's basically an author's purpose question. Why did the author write this? They don't directly tell you, but they give you tons of clues in the text, okay? So for that one, we have to read the whole text, so I can't really code anything in the text. So then we've got number 3. Number 3 says, which word from the selection is a synonym of traditions in paragraph 1? So I know that anytime that I see the word synonym, I want you guys to write the word same up at the top. It basically means a word that means the same thing as traditions, okay? So you could look this up on an online dictionary, or you may already have an idea of what the word means. So we've got this word traditions. I drew a little line and I wrote number 3 for the question, and I put same as, like what word means the same as. So another thing that I can do is on my number 3, I can input these words in there to see if maybe there's one that makes more sense in the passage by replacing traditions with each of these words. And then you can look it up in the dictionary to make sure that you're correct. Okay, then we're going to move to number 4. And number 4 says, when birthday children from India share chocolates with friends, they most likely feel ? I don't know if it directly says how they feel, but when you're reading about birthdays in India and they talk about the chocolate part, you really want to hone in on that. And I don't know where that is in the passage right now, so I can't really label that. I really have to just kind of pay attention to that as I'm reading. Okay? For number 5, I put based on the selection, which country, that's important, has had the greatest effect on birthdays, celebrations in the United States. So when we're reading, there's going to be a part that says, like, a lot of these things are done in the United States or something like that. And so it would be one of these countries that has the most effect on our birthdays that we celebrate here. But again, I can't go back and find this in the passage right now. I have to read it. Then we have number 6. We have a diagram. It's a cause and effect diagram. So an effect is something that happens because of something. So I would draw this on there to kind of help you out. So it says, which sentence best completes the diagram? So the effect is the birthday party begins for a German child. So this happens because of what? So basically, why does a German birthday party start? Okay? Or what starts it, right? And again, I need to find the German part in the text, so I can't really go back and label it. Okay. So now I'm going to move on to question 7. I have, what is the selection mainly about? So that's like where you have to really look at the whole thing and find out, what are they mostly talking about the entire time? Again, I have to read the whole passage. I can't just go find that right now. In number 8, it says the photograph beside paragraph 4 best supports the idea. Which idea from the selection? So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look, and I see this is paragraph 4 right here. And it's talking about this picture. So I wrote number 8 because that was the question I put. Why is this included? So I'm already looking at it, and I wonder if it has something to do with food, because that's what sticks out to me. Or maybe something about chopsticks. I don't know. Those are the things that stick out to me. But again, I'm not going to know for sure until I look at the text and read it. So that was number 8. Now let's go to number 9. And it says, what can the reader conclude? It's kind of like an inference from the information in step 9 of making a papier-mâché piñata. So we're going to go right here in this little part right here, and I'm going to circle. I'm going to look at number 9. I need to look at step 9. I probably should circle it. What can we conclude about that? So I wrote number 9, conclude. So once I read this, I've got to try and figure out what can I figure out from that. And then next, for number 10, it says, according to the directions for making a piñata, which step causes the piñata to appear different from other piñatas? So what I did on this one for number 10 is I just wrote number 10, step different, just to give myself kind of a hint. I don't know which step. I've got to read it, but I kind of wrote it off to the side. Okay. Number 11 says the author uses graphics in making a piñata to help the reader do what? So what do the pictures help with? So I basically circled all the graphics here, and then I put number 11. Why? Pics. Why? Why are they there? And then last but not least, this is kind of a longer passage. It says, why did the author use numbers to show how to make a papier-mâché piñata? So what I did here is on this little part of the passage, I circled all the steps. I put number 12, and I put why numbers? Why? Why are they there? So that is what you should be doing. So then the next part that I know Miss Raina has showed multiple times, so we should not forget to do this, because when our work is getting turned in, we are not seeing this. We need to make sure, sorry, I'm shuffling through this. We need to make sure that you are annotating. Annotating means that as you're reading, you're underlining important information, and maybe also like writing little things off to the side that kind of help you. So if I was going to be reading, paragraph 2, what would this paragraph mostly be about? Just jot down a couple words. It doesn't need to be a full sentence, but just show something here that you're reading it and that you're finding this important information. Okay, good luck on your passage. Take your time. And there is a Google form for you to turn in when your questions are finished by just plugging in the answers. And then also turn in this when you turn in your packet. Okay, have a good day.